Hi everyone, I'm April, and you're watching The Tangled Cat Speaks, and this is a crafty edition. So here it is, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. It's Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I live, and I do knitting and crocheting, and sometimes I talk about the things that I'm watching on TV or movies. I also talk about the books that I've read throughout the month, but that's on a whole other episode. So right now, let's just talk about what I've been up to as far as crafting. Last month, I talked about a pair of socks that I was working on for a friend, and I did finish those, but I gave them to her for her birthday, and I have a picture that I can put up here to show you. Now those are words. 2 fingering weight yarns held together to make a worsted or DK weight type of sock. So it was done on 48 stitches around. I used US 5 DPNs. I posted a video of me on Instagram, just a short little video of me knitting with the DPNs, and one of my friends, Lisa, she was just like, oh my god, those are diabolical. I learned on DPNs, so I rather enjoy working on them. They don't bother me. So yeah, if I don't have a small enough, or if I have some of the 9-inch circulars for knitting socks, but I don't have them in anything bigger than a 4, a US 4, because it just starts to feel clunky, I think, with the fatter needles, but it's still this very small cord. So 5 and up, I'm using DPNs, and so that's what I made those socks on. I used these 2 yarns held together. These were the Pandy's Jewels Super Sparkle Base. And again, it's fingering weight. This was the Pink Fluffy Llamacorn, and this was the Wonder Llamacorn. I still can't get over how much this actually looks like comic book colors. I love it. And then this. And so it combined, it made these socks here. And I had another Super Sparkle from Pandy's Jewels. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something else I'm working on. And it was this color. This is Super Sparkle Sky Dancer. I used this for the toes. And then there was a lime colored Super Sparkle that I used for the heels in a Eye of Partridge heel. I love Eye of Partridge. It's my favorite. I do have to take notes when I'm doing it because you have to alternate when you do the slips and the knits, but it comes out so pretty and I love it so much, and they fit her. I was super excited. So those have been given away. Now, like I was just teasing you, I used the leftovers and so from those socks and some leftovers from another project. You might remember this yarn here. This is the lime that I used for the heels of those socks. This I used in several other projects. The crocheted hearts, or not hearts, the crocheted 8-petal flowers that I made a while back, and also the gatito stuffed cat that I made for my son a while back. I was using that yarn, and this is the kind of yarn that is, you know, when you open up the whole skein in the big loop, it's all white, and then just one little section has rainbow, and this is how it crocheted up, and really, really cool. And then I put the Sky Dancer here, and then now I'm working on the leftover Wonder Llamacorn down here. And then after that, I will put the rest of the Fluffy Llamacorn. And then depending on how big it is, I'm out of Super Sparkle from Pandy's Jewels. I don't know if I have other fingering weight with sparkle in it. I can't think of any, but I do have some that are the same. So another yarn that's the same weight and the same fiber content except for the sparkle. And this is a sock obsession yarn. This one is called Just Another Mop Yarn. And if I need to make this a big enough shawl, I'll add this at the very end. What was my thought process in this? Oh yeah, so I started with this lime green, and then the rainbow one has lime green in it, and also Sky Dancer has some lime green, as well as Wonder Llama Corn has a little bit of green, not quite lime, but you know, there's some green here. There's a little bit of green in there, and then this one definitely has some of that lime green. So that was kind of the way I'm tying in all of these random colors. And then this one also has some lime green. So we'll see how this all works out, but I don't know. I might keep it I might keep it small just to make as, you know, kind of just a cowl, but it's just so pretty that I might continue using that full skein. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like when I get there, but I am crocheting this shawl. It's a crocheted seed stitch, and it's just a basic triangle, and I'm using a US H 5mm hook. Super easy, super mindless. It is really great for when I'm watching anime or Korean dramas. So I can drop things on the floor. So no, so I could pay attention to reading the subtitles while I'm crocheting. So that's one of the things that I'm working on. I did finish something else. I started and finished a different crochet shawl, and you know what? I'm gonna have to put the name of this one up here because I don't remember. But this is also crocheted using the 5.0mm hook, and oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty, and it's huge. It's about 65 inches across the top, and it's about 30 from the center down to the point, and it's just perfect. I love it so much. Now the yarns that I used on this was Marigold Gen yarns on this color here. It's a variegated yarn with purples, teals, or aquas, and lime green. I'm into lime green right now. And this colorway was called Simone. And then this purple and blue here was one that I dyed myself several years ago with food coloring, and so is this. It's just it was what do you call it? Knit Picks bear yarn, stroll bear yarn, I think. And this is just green and white, and then this was the purples. But you can see that the color tying everything together is that wild green. Well, kind of. This doesn't have any green on it, but the purple and the blue go with Simone. Now the pattern that I used, I kind of deviated a little bit because this little bit here was not in the pattern. I don't know, this little bit was not in the pattern. I added that because I felt like it. I still have some of this and some of the green and white left over, I used two full skeins of this Simone, all done completely. I literally was playing yarn chicken. I had about that much left by the time I was done. I was like, you know, when you're playing yarn chicken, your heart starts racing and you start going faster as if you're gonna beat the yarn. And then after you're done, and when you actually win at yarn chicken, you just get this dopamine hit and you're just like, yes, that's what happened. But these other two, I think I'm gonna make a scarf or a cowl out of them. I'm not sure exactly what, but something like that. Ugh, it's so pretty though. And I tried taking pictures of these to put on my Ravelry page, and the pictures do not do this justice at all. But it's so pretty. I don't know why every time I look at it, I keep thinking of Ursula from Little Mermaid. Maybe I'll be that for Halloween. I'll just dress like Ursula, and then I'll just wear this shawl too. Yeah, so that's that. That's all I did for crafting. I got some other yarns in, and I meant to bring them. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. So, crinkle, crinkle, noise, noise, I'm sorry. So these are also Sock Obsession yarns. And guess what? One of them is lime green. This is called Flying Slime. Cute, yeah? And then this one doesn't have so much lime green as it has more like aquas, but it's still cool. This is called Cheesecake. I don't know that I see cheesecake in there, but I love it. And then I got two skeins of this one, Nocturnal Stuff. Stuff or staff? I can't read her writing. Stuff, Nocturnal Stuff. So very deep purples, purple and lime green. Look, look, look. I am obsessing over purple and lime green lately. And I thought originally that I would put all of these into one shawl, but now seeing it next to the one that I pulled out to put in the crocheted shawl as a just in case, I mean, that would work too. They would all go together. So many possibilities, and that is the whole thing of knitting and crocheting are their own things. Buying yarn, planning projects, just looking at it, and the lure of the potential in these skeins is a whole hobby in and of itself. Am I crazy for buying more yarn when I have more yarn than I could ever knit in my lifetime? Yes. But did it bring me joy? Yes. Anyways, let's put that back over here in the crinkly bag. And yeah, that is really all I have going for what I did in April and what I'm planning on for May. If I get this little shawl done, I might dip back into one of the other whips that I have. I think maybe the hen wife shawl. I'm not getting it up again. Yes, I am, because it's right around the corner. Hold on. This will probably be the next whip that I pull out. It's not lime green, but it is green. So I think I just started the second. I went through all the charts once, and then you're supposed to go through them a second time. I just started the first part for the second time. The first chart for the second time. Yeah. So this will probably be pulled out again whenever I decide to finish this one. But yeah, that's it. Let's see. Let's move into what I've been watching. So I had finished season 1 of Demon Slayer, the anime. And then I was going to start season 2, but then my son said, wait, you can watch season 2, or you can watch the full-length movie, which is all of season 2, just jammed together. And he said that he personally enjoyed the movie over the separate episodes for season 2. And then he wanted me to watch it with him. So I went over one night and we sat and watched, I think it's called Mugen Train. But it's the full-length movie that encompasses all of season 2 for Demon Slayer. And we had a really, really good time. And apparently this movie it really hit a note with my son, because he said he felt like crying the first time he watched it, and then he still kind of got a little choked up when we watched it together. And then he looked over at me and he was like, you didn't cry. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I liked it. I very much enjoyed it, but I didn't get all teary-eyed. Let's see. So what else did I watch? I finished the Chinese drama Pursuit of Jade, the little romantic period drama of the girl who is a pig butcher, and she ends up marrying this guy that she found almost dead in the snow. She needed to have a husband so that she could keep her land. And then there was a whole lot of political and military intrigue and just a lot of things going on. And of course there was the romance, a long drawn out romance. And it was just, it's one of those that is just beautiful costumes and beautiful sets, and the people are just stunning, and 40 episodes, and I was just in love with the whole thing. So I finished that. Let's see. I'm caught up on Monarch, King of Monsters, and I'm caught up on a Korean drama called Phantom Lawyer. I think that whole season is done. I'm hoping the way that they ended it, it could go into another season, or it could just kind of end like that. But it has potential, and I really, really, really want more of it. It's super cute. The lawyer that can see ghosts, and then the ghosts come and ask for his help in figuring out how they died or why they died. It's very, very fun. I really enjoyed that one. Let's see. So what am I watching now? I think the one I'm watching is German, maybe? It's called The Unfamiliar. And this is about a husband and a wife and a teenage daughter. The husband and wife are like spy mercenary kind of people. Like they're just really like good at fighting and shooting and sneaking around. And their daughter has no clue, and they are being targeted. Somebody is trying to get rid of them. And so now they're having to pull up the stakes of their life that they've built since they've had a child. And there's all kinds of things that are going on. A really, really, really good show. God, I hope I'm getting the name right. The Unfamiliar. So I'm watching that one. I think that one's on Netflix. And then I started The House of David on Prime, and that is based on King David from the Bible, from when he was a young shepherd boy to when he was anointed as the next king. Very interesting, but I really am enjoying that one too. I don't know how biblically correct it is, or biblically accurate it is, but I'm enjoying it. that's really all that I've got going on as far as what I'm watching on TV. I know Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out. And I want to go see it in the IMAX theater. Sometime later this month it's coming out, and I am going to be there. I'm going to watch it. And I have a concert I'm going to. This is a Korean K-pop boy band. I barely found out about them. I think they've been out for a little while, and I only found out about them because their concert posting or whatever on Facebook kind of just showed up in my feed, and it was like, oh, they're coming to Albuquerque, and I'm like, what? Albuquerque? I'm going. So yeah, they're gonna be, what is it, the 27th, I believe. It's a Tuesday, and it's gonna be downtown Albuquerque. So I am excited to go watch them. They are very, very different from my favorite Stray Kids, and I'm still trying to get into them. I like some of the music, and I think I'm gonna have a good time. So yeah, that's what I got going on. So let me know if you have any knitting plans, anything that you finished, anything that's been bringing you joy as spring is springing, and you know, if there's anything else that you want to let me know about, like TV shows that you're watching or anything like that, I would love to hear about it. So that's it for now. I do appreciate the time that you have spent with me, and I will see you again next time. Bye.